Houston, we have kickoff.
Welcome back to the Five Dirty Bikers podcast.
Presented by Memphis Shades, the clear choice for custom windshields and fairings for your motorcycle. And Wild Ass Seats, stay in the saddle longer and in total comfort no matter your butt or budget.
What's up?
Holy shit.
What?
I'm underwhelmed.
I actually am too.
God damn, man. Just jump straight into it.
I
mean,
went and
where's
ate fucking 6 White Castles, so.
Where's the build up? Where's the build up?
So you're feeling how my dog's feeling, huh,
Got
Tony?
a lot of buildup happening right now.
Is that what that Home Depot bucket's for behind
That
you?
is, just in case.
I'm wearing my all new Harley-Davidson Kool-Aid T-shirt from Korea.
Is it the 120th anniversary?
No,
Because they talked more about their fucking clothes than they did their motorcycles today.
they did talk about their clothes an awful lot.
Hey, but you know, those clothes for chicks look pretty good. Look pretty good.
Which
You
one are
always
you gonna
gotta-
get? Which one are you gonna get, Dave?
Yeah, you always got to go creepy with it, Dave. Go straight to the chick clothes.
Hey, what can I say? Anything that'll get more chicks on bikes is a good thing.
Well, the clothes are gonna get people on bikes, but
Yeah, it will.
Hey, they
I
had a
don't know.
banger. Harley had one banger. They had one banger on today's reveal.
See, I don't think the trike was a banger, but you like the trike.
Dude.
I do like the trike.
Dude.
Dave's salivating already. He's going
I
to
am.
sell his
That-
bike.
I'll go
Listen.
on record. I'll go on record here. That'll be my next bike.
He didn't want to sound extra old, so he brought up the clothes first.
Hey, but that's not an old
So
man.
he went creepy instead of old, right?
But that's not an
And
old
then
man
brought the old.
trike. That's not an old man trike. That's a.
It does
that's
look
a-
really good. The fairing
That's
does
a
look good
cool
on it.
looking trike. The rumors on that have been going around the discussion forums here for a few weeks, and I think there was a lot of back and forth as to whether that was actually going to be released. I like it.
yeah, I like it. I dig it. I'd ride
I
it.
like
I'll ride one when it comes to the dealership.
Yeah.
Well,
I ride it
That's
when nobody's looking.
I tell you what, when I'm Dave's age, I'll be trading mine in for one of those trikes.
trade mine. Hey, what are you going to be like? Oh, before your time? I'm not trading in anytime soon, man.
I can't wait to
But-
be 85.
But when I get ready to go to three wheels, to be honest with you, I've kind of been looking at that in the horizon at some point, and I'd already made the decision it wouldn't be on a Harley because I don't like those old man Harley trikes.
Hey, that one's not an old man Harley.
It is not.
You're a lot closer to the horizon than you think, Dave.
You know, these motherfuckers. It's a hard crowd in here, isn't it?
Try glide off into the sunset.
You should be.
Ryan's
you should be
gonna
able to
need
do
one
half
for
of
his
what I can
fucking
do at my age.
catheter.
He's gonna need a sidecar for that bitch.
Yeah, just hang his catheter bag on the fucking back of it. He pisses so much.
Yep, it will be. I do, Dave. I have to look to you for deep inspiration. Like when I'm Dave's age, will I be able to do that?
I'm glad
Jesus.
that I can at least set the standard for you.
So
Ryan.
we all knew that Nitro was going to get updated with the ride modes and shit, but I
Yep.
didn't see the breakout coming. I didn't see that at all.
I didn't. That was a surprise, and I like
Yeah.
it.
Dude, this
I
is my
thought-
favorite part of the whole
That
kickoff was
color
this
scheme
motorcycle.
is amazing. Do you like
Okay.
it, Dave? Because you and I like orange.
From what I can tell, I'd be okay with this. I don't like a lot of oranges, and in fact, I don't like the new orange shit that they released earlier in the month.
Yeah.
This though looks. I'll see it in person. I like the breakout. I like the way it looks.
I don't know if they had
styling.
this on the previous versions of the breakout, but do you notice the preloader? The adjustable preloader that's
I
external.
think the breakout always had
I
the
did
preloader.
notice
Did it
that.
really? Because
Yeah,
it
I'm
looks
pretty
just
sure.
like it looks just like mine.
Yeah, I think the breakout did. But yeah, I didn't see that. I saw that. I didn't see that one coming at all. I thought the breakout was done.
That's a looker, man.
I'm wondering why this bike even came back. This to me was the biggest head scratcher of all. The Road King Classic goes away, But this
Well, it
bike,
was redundant,
bring this
though.
bike back.
It was redundant to have the Road King and the special.
Yeah, I mean, I think they appeal to different people because they're a different design. But this bike, I don't know. I look at it and I say, what would you use that bike for? Because to me, I'd much rather have the larger displacement in a Lowrider S or a Street Bob than that bike. That bike to me, I just don't know. It looks like the bastard child of a Fat Boy and
A Road Glide, not a Road Glide, but what was the Dyna that was stretched out?
the Dyna. Oh, it was
The Wide Glide.
Wide Glide. Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks like the bastard child of a Wide Glide and what did I just say? Shit. Can't even remember the bike.
Who's getting fucking old? You got
Fat
dementia?
Fat Bob, Fat Boy.
No, Fat Boy. The Fat Boy. Yeah, I have dementia. Really, the Fat Boy and the Wide Glide is what that looks like, a bastard child of those two bikes. And I just, I don't know. It's.
I think it fills in a gap that doesn't exist anymore in the Softail line. I think.
I got a gap filler for you right here.
I know you do.
Jeez.
Man. See, we shouldn't be doing this shit on Wednesday nights. This is not good. The vibe here isn't good.
It's very
Well,
heated.
Dustin, get with Harley. Tell him to start doing their announcements on Mondays.
Okay. So first thing we saw was this. We saw the anniversary color.
The black that's not black, that's really red in the sunlight, they say.
Lots of red.
Yeah.
Lots of red. It is
Yeah,
a really
but-
pretty
but-
red, though.
But have you guys seen the detail shots on this paint?
Mhm.
Yeah,
because
it looks nice.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I think I really like the paint scheme.
I like that throwback.
I
to
love the
badge.
logos. The logos, the badging is awesome. I
Yes,
love
it
it.
is.
I like the badging on the Nightster, the old school like AMF throwback. I think that's cool.
I do too. I like that. But we're not there yet, Tony. Let's stick with
Yeah.
where we're
I
at
know.
here.
I just don't like this big fucking gold
He's,
eagle.
you know,
I can tell
Tony
you.
wants to
Fuck
get
that
to
thing.
the smaller, shorter
Ooh.
bikes.
I
That
don't
he-
like that
he can
big.
experience.
Well,
These big
I'll
boy
be
bikes
riding
don't
my
work for
smaller,
him.
shorter bike when you're on your trike.
All 2 miles of it.
Oh my god.
Vroom vroom.
Vroom vroom, bitches.
No, but
Yeah,
I do like that paint, and I don't know if we have any shots, Dustin. If you have anything of the detail, I've seen them floating around.
No, visit tedsmotorcycleworld.com soon and you'll see all the detail.
Yeah, it's
Because I get to
absolutely
take all the
beautiful.
pictures.
Absolutely, I'm going to go against the grain. I think it's super smart, and I like the way they did this. Just stuck with one paint scheme for all the anniversary bikes.
Yeah.
I think that was super smart. I know some may not agree.
I know. I agree. I agree with you. And I, like I said, I like that badging, the kind of the classic, it looks to me like they use the Screaming Eagle kind of eagle situation, and then the throwback emblem from what they said, the 40s or
That
something.
is a fucking
it's very-
emblem right there.
It's very Art Deco.
Yeah.
You're going to
know.
get tired of in like 4 weeks.
You'll get tired of it, Tony.
Yeah.
No, you're
you
going
will.
to get it and you're going to go, oh, that emblem's badass. And you go
Well,
out there like 6 months
if you
later.
spend
You're like,
more time
I'm
looking
taking
at the
this
top
fucker
of the
off.
tank than the side of the tank when you're cleaning, then it won't bother you so much.
I mean, when you ride your bike, you don't actually see the side of the tank, but when you sit in your garage and look at it all the time, you see
You know
the
what?
side of it a lot.
All you all can take a big puff off the Johnson. I'm just saying. It was kind of like that paint scheme on the Street Bob. Got tired of it.
Yeah, that's I'm completely 100% on board with Dave that sticking with one color, and I would have actually been disappointed that if the color was like a bright red, that rich red color I really do like.
Yeah,
I
it
like
is
the
really
red.
nice.
The red's cool.
I like the fade. You can't really see it, and you couldn't really tell it in the I think in the videos. But I love the fade and the detail on that paint.
Yeah.
It's really impressive.
Yeah, like I said, I'm ready to start photographing these new models and when we get them in, because
When
they're
you
all
get them
going to
in?
get the D-cycle treatment. What's that?
When are you going to get them in, Dustin?
We I don't know.
Have you figured out what our friends and family discount is on the new bikes?
Non-existent.
Damn, dude.
It's a add 10%.
Is it?
Yeah, it's add
Okay.
10%.
So what did we see after the new ones? What was the next thing they brought? Did they go right to the motor clothes after those rad
I
bikes?
think they,
Yeah.
they either
Well,
went to
they showed the
motor clothes
CVO.
or it was the tricycle.
It was the CVO.
I think the tricycle was at the end.
It
The
was
CVO was the
the
next
bike-
one.
Oh yeah, the
trike
CVO
was after the
CVO.
Because
Yeah.
the CVO has that red, but it also has the eagle, like the faded in eagle into the paint. It was really cool.
Well,
Okay.
they did say that there would be more CVOs to come.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
they said there'd be more bikes to come probably by
Yeah, 'cause there was only what
party.
1,500 of those.
That's what he said. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a pretty limited edition.
I don't know,
Okay.
Dave. You could be right, but so far we've derived zero fucking benefit from our partner working for a Harley dealer, and I'm trying to figure out why.
Well, that sounds about right. 100% down.
Yep. 100% down. $0
Add
per month.
10%.
Yeah. That seems about right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we had the anniversary colors, and then we had the CVO, and what came next? Then I think they went into motor clothes.
The motor
right?
clothes.
motor clothes.
Motor clothes are very important.
So
Yeah.
let me before we all trash all that shit, let me ask Brittany. Brittany, you're speaking for female riders everywhere. You're bringing the female perspective.
Now
to
we've
the-
seen this kind of shorts that Brittany wears.
well,
So I don't know.
Have
she's
you
no
not looked
fashion
around?
dynamo.
That's the trend these days.
what's
I'm not
your,
usually very trendy, so you should be proud of me.
What's your take on that, Brittany? I mean, I noticed the young lady, and I don't know who she was, Becky, was pointing out the difference in the cuts were very noticeable and stuff. What's your
Dave,
take on that?
She's the first builder invited to the first female builder invited to that very exclusive event in California.
Well,
She's a
very
chopper
cool.
builder, Becky
Very-
Gable.
Very cool.
She has Axle Company. She has her own clothing line.
Awesome. And she was impressed yet with the Harley clothing. So again, Brittany, what was your
She did say she was. Yeah, I did notice. She was like, "This is exciting." I thought it was kind of a weird segue. First off, to go like straight from those bikes to the clothes. I guess
Well,
I
they
get-
highlighted all the red. Red was a big color.
Yeah,
for
once they
the
did
clothes.
that, I understood why they did it because they wanted to discuss the colors and everything all at once. But I don't know. I personally like only look at the sale clothes because I don't want to spend $200 on a t-shirt.
Come on,
But
support your local dealer.
I feel like they already have some jackets and stuff out there that are already cut for females. But I think maybe where she was going with it is that perhaps they're going to have more options for us. So if that's the case, then that's good. Otherwise, I didn't really care. I was hoping there was like more paint colors for the bikes.
Well, thank you for sharing the female.
But it just
perspective,
reassured
Brittany.
to me that I'm glad I got my purpley maroon red bike.
I'm going to be honest with you. I fast forwarded through that.
through the motor clothes. Okay.
Through
The
the motor
red
clothes.
jacket is really cool. I will say that. It is very bright and fun.
Well, I like the way they kind of brought the styling from the 120th anniversary models into the styling of the new anniversary clothes or whatever. I think it was
So
called.
everybody,
Yeah.
and I don't know if you guys probably, I don't know if you noticed or not, but everybody they used in the ad was either somebody that had their own company that was adjacent to Harley-Davidson, or they were influencers. So the first
Yeah.
two
I
guys
did notice that.
were from the Two Lane Life,
Two
and
Lane, yeah.
one of the guys is the dad that owns his son owns Thrash and Supply. So they used a lot of people from the I would say influencer community that they brought into their advertising. So I thought that was an interesting take on it, how they did that portion of it. So where were we after the motor clothes? What was the
I
next
think
thing
it
that they
was
revealed?
it was either I don't know.
I think they went
Hey,
into
was it
the
the
freewheeler and then the new RG3.
Was it the trike?
Which
I
the
think
only
it was the
thing
trikes.
the only thing I don't like about that Road Glide trike is the RG3 because
Is the three wheels?
No, it's the RG3 name. It's who gives a shit about the Redskins? But now we got to carry that legacy through forward. As long as they don't release it in maroon, we're good to go.
I never even made a connection to RG3 and the old quarterback for the Redskins who doesn't play anymore and is completely irrelevant. But
because you don't live here. You don't live here, and you're not a Cowboy fan living in Redskin territory or Commander territory.
It's Commanders. Come on now.
Yeah.
So I guess if I were to criticize anything about these two, I love the wheels on the freewheeler that blacked out. I don't understand why those weren't on the Road Glide bike. Those wheels are so awesome.
Well, then nobody would buy the three-wheeler.
Yeah.
Freewheeler.
I love the looks of a freewheeler. I just don't know how practical it would be because there's no windshield or wind protection or anything. And maybe
It looks like a Road King with a third wheel.
It is.
Does.
Well, I think actually, if you look at it from the very front, I believe that the front forks are Fat Boy forks. I think they have that huge cowl, the flat cowl on there. So I think it's a Fat Boy platform on the front forks.
Those really do have a fat ass.
They do have a fat ass. You're not wrong, dude.
I was looking at the freewheelers this last year, and I didn't like them. For one thing, I didn't like the fact you couldn't get it blacked out. I didn't like all the chrome,
Which they just added, right? That was
Right.
the big sell on it this year.
And I didn't like the front end because you'd end up having to do a windshield like on a Road King or whatever. I don't like that. But the new thing with the Road Glide fairing is just over the top.
Yeah, I liked that. So then after the trikes,
The Nightster.
was the Nightster.
Yes.
Yep. The short person's bike. There you go, Tony.
There it is.
There it is.
We'll all step away and let you talk.
Well, all I can say is fuck you, and fuck you.
So my first take on this, if I'm going to say first take, I would say I love the badges. I love the AMF throwback.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it when they did that on the Sportster paint jobs. So I'm glad they brought that back. These kind of matte finish silver wheels that aren't chrome to kind of match the engine. I love that. And I
like the wheels too.
I still hate the snapper exhaust.
That's the thing that kills the whole fucking bike is that exhaust, man.
Yep. And it
It's
kills the
just
whole bike
dog
for me
dick
too.
ugly. I mean,
Yep.
it's terrible.
It looks better than the other exhaust, but it's not great.
What other exhaust? They were both dog dick ugly.
Tony, let me ask you a question. If that snapper exhaust was the same silver color as the wheels and the motor, would it make it better or worse?
No, I don't think so.
No, that thing has to go.
If it was like silver or chrome, it would stand out more than it already does, which is not a good thing.
Okay.
But
I was
you
just
know,
just a question.
It's very much in line with their other exhausts that they put out for the other bikes, right? That big honking globby feel to it,
They announced they have released a Screaming Eagle 2-in-1 that
Yep.
kind of resembles
and it's
that.
got that same fat ass vibe to it.
I'm just not a fan of that. I don't know. I'd
No.
rather see some, maybe some 2-in-2s going back, or I don't know.
And
Something-
Dalton, I believe the tank is still fake.
How
I don't
many
think
the
dog
tank is
dicks?
fake, yep.
Well, when they come out of the sheath.
So yeah, the tank is still fake because the electronics are in the tank and the gas tank's underneath the seat.
Yep.
And Harley has a history with the flip up seats because that was in the FXR design. That's how you get to the oil tank in the FXRs is the seat flips sideways actually. So that's not a new Harley design. That's actually a very, very old Harley design.
So what's the deal with the special? What is it? You get the better gauge cluster that's on the
Gauge cluster.
Yeah, I think they said
Risers.
they added a riser, a 5-inch riser with the gauge cluster,
Passenger seat on the back.
passenger seat. Did they add?
Passenger pegs, because the other one didn't
so
have
you get
that.
pegs
Yeah.
thing, and you get, I guess, the upgraded, what do they call it, the TTF display
And the ride modes.
and the
That's
ride
what I was
modes
gonna
and
say,
all
if
the,
there's
all
ride
the stuff
modes,
that
I
goes
think.
along with that's on the Sportster S.
Does Jeremy
Correct.
want you to get one because they now come with pegs?
Extra pegging for everyone.
Extra hanging.
No, he wants his own motorcycle.
No, he said the pegs are too small on the Nightster.
More bikes, more pegs.
So the
Smart
question
man.
is do you think they're going to release a different Sportster, or you think this is it?
I don't think they're
Oh,
done
I
with the
don't know.
Sportster. Well, yeah, it's a good question,
there
Tony.
There was an odd comment in the video. It was something I don't know, something along the lines of the Sportster continues to live, or what I forgot exactly.
Yeah,
what
the
it was.
Sportster's here to
Yeah,
stay.
he said it's not going. It's
Yeah, it
here
was
to
that.
stay.
That's right. It was that designer guy. He said,
Yeah.
he said, he did make some sort of comment about the Sportster.
I
You're
think
right
there
about that.
has to be another version coming down the pike because $14,000 is a fucking monster of a jumping in point for Harley.
Yeah.
Is it these days?
14 grand for somebody for a first bike's a lot of money.
Yeah, if
I
that's
think you
what they're
need
trying to market
110.
it for, that's expensive.
I think you need sub 10, just 9,
Is that realistic though?
Well, I mean,
What
the
do you
iron
mean?
was the iron
To build
was
one that
10.3.
way?
Well, I mean, just at that price point anymore with inflation, and I mean, because let's face it, prices aren't going to go back down.
I mean, there's motorcycle companies out there that have sub $10,000 bikes.
Yep, there are.
At that quality level.
Well, you got a plastic.
I mean,
gas
that is a
tank on
good
this
question.
fucker.
It is a good question.
Okay, this is my hot take though on this that I went with last time, and I'm sticking to it. They never show this bike from the other side because that motor looks unfinished. These
was gonna ask.
motherfuckers.
There
These
it is.
That's
motherfuckers.
true.
I don't remember seeing one
Can you
shot in the
spin
whole
it around
video.
on the website?
I
Yeah,
think
I'm
it's a
pretty
good
sure you
bike, though,
can.
man.
I'm gonna go look
I
at
think I think that thing would be fun as shit to ride. It's fast as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am much more impressed with this version of the Nightster than the one they did last year, and I'm glad they did this because it's so weird, right? I look at these two bikes that are sitting here, which are virtually the same, and that black Nightster with the little bit of orange on the tank or whatever, that red one can eat a dick. This other one, though, this other one is
I
really a really
agree.
nice looking bike. This
I
other
agree,
bike
but it's
is nicer.
also
Yeah.
it's also what 14.5, 15 grand.
Yeah, but I'm not saying I'm clairvoyant, but here's what I see happening. This is going to be it for the Sportster, and they're going to bring the Bronx style bike in at the price point where you expect that bike to be, or closer to it.
You think so?
I think so.
You think the Bronx, like the street bike? You know what? That would make sense, though, right? Get the younger riders that want the Harley sport bike
Yep.
in on a lower price. But yeah, Dave, you might have hit that on the head, dude. That might be the smartest thing you've ever said tonight.
So, what's the price on the on that thing? Is it 14?
It
I'll
is
look.
15,000, 14,999.
So it's $15,000.
Yep.
So the question is, for an extra $1,500, do you get the Street Bob 114?
Right. I know, right?
So
let me ask you
It's
this.
a different bike.
Tony, you could
it's a different
stand over this though, and your balls I don't even think wouldn't even rest on the seat if you stood up straight.
I don't know, dude.
Might hit that big ass pipe.
There's the ugly side.
See, there's the
Yeah.
ugly side. This
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Yeah,
I mean, it is pretty
it's
ugly.
not good.
It kills me. This just kills me. I can't.
It has really cool wheels though. I like these wheels. These
The
rims.
wheels are super dope, but come
I
on,
think it's the
Harley.
whole. I think it's the whole front section there with the radiator and that fucking cowl.
Well, is this the side where you put the sidecar? Is that where the sidecar attaches?
should be.
Maybe that's what it is.
Oh God,
You're right. It's butt ugly on that side.
it's hideous. That
Fix
side
it.
kills me.
Fix
Kills
it.
me. I can't do it. I can't. Nope. Okay, so we moved on from the Nightster. What did they do after the Nightster?
Fuck, I think that was about it, wasn't it?
Was that when he said thank you and good night?
I think they talked about some
no.
accessories
No,
and stuff
the,
like
the
that.
breakout.
They did
Oh,
the
no, no, no.
breakout.
The breakout.
They
The
did.
breakout.
They showed the breakout. Yep, and they also showed some Pan America stuff because they talked about the accessory packages that
Yeah.
you can buy now for the Pan America, so you can get whatever they called that accessory package that gave you the full world touring and everything, like the
like the Beamer.
like the Beamer has. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
So-
and they did some other colors on the Pan America too.
So they were talking about, I don't know through the pipeline. They were talking about a 975 version that obviously didn't happen.
I
heard-
think
I heard something about that being delayed.
I don't know why they would even do it, to be honest with you. Unless they redesigned it and
Price
made it
point?
a smaller bike altogether.
yeah, smaller and lighter. Right. I
Yeah.
agree with Tony. Unless they're going to make it a smaller and lighter bike, why make the motor smaller just to have the same size bike with a
Yeah.
smaller motor? That seems counterintuitive.
Yeah, if they was to like redesign it and make it a smaller version, kind of look, BMW does that. You know
Right.
what I mean? It's
Yep.
a smaller bike. That would make sense, but to just put a 975 in it, I mean, how much are you going to save? What, 30 pounds?
Right.
You know, if that. Because really, the only thing that's different about the engine are probably the heads. Or a little bit
Dalton,
bigger.
that bandana piss yellow looks horrible.
Yeah.
I like the yellow.
Listen, if those of you that don't know, Dalton has he might have the only Dyna that I think is cool.
God damn it.
He came out to our event last year, and he has that old school fairing that Harley put out, and it's paint matched on his bike, and he has a really nice looking Dyna, and I think Dynas are death traps, but his is nice. I like it.
The motherfuckers were a staple for years.
Yeah.
Sons of Anarchy.
Yep. You're right. Okay, so so we went from the Nightster, and we hit up the
The
what was that
breakout.
the Breakout, that bastard child bike. I'm not a fan of the Breakout.
I don't dislike the breakout. It's not something that I would ride because the front end's too raked out for me. But it's a classic looking motorcycle,
Yeah,
man.
I like it.
Yeah, you're right about that.
They made
It's
a
a
comment
classic
in the
bike.
video. They said usually when people draw the picture of a motorcycle, they usually draw something that resembles a breakout.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, if I was to buy something with that big ass rear wheel that thing has, it would probably be that one over the Fat Boy.
Okay.
But
Now, does
Yeah, I
did
just
anyone
didn't-
did you guys notice? Will that have a 114 in it then?
yeah, I think it's a 114.
Okay.
Which one?
The Breakout.
Breakout.
Is the
Oh,
Breakout
It's a 117.
Is
It's
it
a 117.
Yeah, 117.
They put
Well,
the big boy
I
in
mean,
it.
they put a big boy in it. That's impressive, though. I that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Someone in the chat was asking why they did 117 on that and not put a 117 on the Fat Bob, which I think is a good question.
Well, because the 117's in the lowrider. Then at that
Yeah.
point, you're
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Because we all know the Fat Bob's better than the Lowrider, other than that 117.
it's better set in the showroom.
Asshole.
He's not wrong, Dave. You know what they did, though? This is what they did. They took all the shit with the Fat Bob that were winning combinations, like the inverted forks and things like
Yep.
that,
Yeah.
and they put a skinny front tire, and they put a dual disc, and they just essentially changed. They took all the best stuff about the Fat Bob, and they made the Lowrider S, right?
And then they
pretty
put
much.
elements on like the Sportster S and stuff. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean,
pretty
because even the Breakout, they chose design over function because the Breakout does not have dual disc front brakes, right? So they took that, put the bigger motor, but said this is a cruiser, not a performance bike, right? Even though they put a bigger motor in it, they're not selling that as a performance bike because all
Well,
the
it's
performance
also-
bikes have
Well,
dual disc now front.
But that's
front
where the
brakes.
name came from, right? You don't have dual disc up front, and when you take it too hard, your brake is out.
You break out.
Your breakout.
We're
But
going.
no,
That's where the
it's
name
got
came
that
from.
fucking rear wheel. It's 24 inches wide. So, I
Right.
mean, it doesn't matter.
Right.
How big-
When you're 24 inches wide, not a lot of things.
I
matter.
mean, you're only going
Whoa.
straight.
So that's a good question for you, Tony. I know a year or so ago when you and I were chatting, you took that Fat Boy out, and you said you had a hard time,
dude.
riding
I had
that
a
thing.
hard
You think
time
you'd
with
have
it.
the same problem with the Breakout?
I would just assume. I mean, the rear wheel's the same, and that thing's even more raked out. What is that? A 30-degree front end or something
yeah,
on there?
it's got a
It's got a further rake.
It's
But
raked out pretty strong. So I mean, that is a fucking straight. That's a straight liner right there. That thing's not meant for the back roads.
it's meant to drive to bike night and kind of roll up with that big dick energy, but really you have a small dick.
It's got big dick energy. It's got it. But yeah, I would think that would be a hard handling bike with that rear wheel and the rake.
All 4 color schemes actually look good. It comes in a Atlas silver metallic that's got some blue accent. It's got the orange that we saw, denim black, and then vivid black, which they all look great. Guys, go to the website if you want to see all the colors for it. But I'm
Sure.
a fan. I'm a fan.
Okay.
I'm done with denim black.
So we moved from the breakout, and then what did they move into the trikes after that? Is that what they showed us last?
Yeah, pretty much, man. It wasn't a whole lot. I mean, and they didn't. You really have to look at the lineup to see. I mean, they did kill the Road King. They kept the Road King special, but they killed the Road King's gone, which
Right.
Makes sense. But they really didn't. That if history serves, 3 months they're going to come out with something.
I would say I would agree with you, Tony. I think it's going to be 3 months, or it's going to be at the event that Dave's going to this summer.
Yeah.
It's going to be at the
There's
at the
gonna
one
be
or
something.
at the 120. I think this is what I think, and if you look at the pattern, and I think it supports this. Harley's bangers now are not the beginning of the year release. That mid-season release is where they're really coming with the big guns.
Yeah, that was the Nightster last year.
Well, last year it was the Lowrider S the year before, and then the El Diablo. So they have to have a icon bike this year, right?
Yeah.
So we don't know what that's going to be, and I think they're going to have a banger at the 120. It's either going to be. I think it's going to be a whole new bike. I think it's going to be a bike
Like the
that we have not
Bronx?
seen, like the Bronx. We know that they're doing the smaller that Chinese bike, right? We know that that's a bike that's coming out. I don't think that that's a 120 anniversary bike.
No,
I don't think
that's just for the Chinese market or the Asian market,
Yeah.
right? That's not anything we're going to see here,
we are going to see that here, actually.
are we?
Yeah, we are. It wasn't. You're right, Dave. It was initially talked about as only being overseas, but we are going to see that bike here now.
But
I don't think that's
displacement bikes don't work out very well for Harley.
Yeah,
The
you're
street
right.
was a real doozy.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, the street, there were some design issues with that, with
You
those
think?
bikes,
That was the ugliest fucking motorcycle on the road.
Yeah.
Just
well,
saying.
if you had hip
Terrible.
issues, it was hard as hell to ride.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a banger still this year, 1 or 2. I mean, Harley's last 4 or 5 years, they've put out one bike every year that everybody's gone, fuck. I can't believe they did that.
But the Nightster last year I was excited about it, and then it just turned into like this turd. You never heard anything more about it.
No, you know what I think, and I think we talked about this, Tony, offline one time. I think this is what happened. From our perspective, at least, as people who have put out content on motorcycles, I think a lot of the people making motorcycle content moved on to bigger bikes. We all started on a Sportster, and none of us are on Sportsters now. So if we were all making motorcycle content, it wouldn't be on Sportsters anymore. So I don't think we have that entry. Harley doesn't have that entry-level bike that influencers are going out and getting. None of us are likely to ever move down to a Nightster. And not that it's down in quality or anything like that. It's just that we've evolved as riders, and that bike is not where. Yeah, we've moved forward. That bike is not where we are anymore. So, it hasn't hit the influencer market because all the people that would have maybe used a Nightster 5 years ago have moved on to other bikes.
Well,
They haven't offered anything that segment would go after from a styling perspective. I look at, Volts and I were out with a local YouTuber from Maryland a couple of weekends ago, and he had the Honda 1100.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice little bike. Harley doesn't have anything to compete with that.
No. Harley doesn't have anything to compete with that whole
Yeah.
lineup Honda has. What is it, a 500, the 1100, and
But that 1100, what a great bike for like around town and, you know, anything but touring. I wouldn't, obviously, I wouldn't tour with that bike, but you know, that's where they're kind of missing the boat. And those are the models I think that we're yet to see come out.
Except the only thing you're going to get on a Honda is a Starbucks coffee. So
Actually, we didn't go to Starbucks. We went to more hipster.
Went to a
right.
more hipster place.
Yeah.
I'm sure where all the CB750s were hanging out, right? So that's you know, I mean that's the lack of Honda cool, right? They're cool, they're nice bikes, but the old ones are the only ones that are cool, and then the big touring bikes, right? The
I don't
Honda
know, man.
touring
Have you
bikes.
seen the 1100 in person?
You know, I steer clear of anything that no.
That you steer clear of anything that might broaden your horizons or expose you to new ideas or concepts or stuff.
No,
Is that what you're saying?
I'm not drinking any other Kool-Aid than the Kool-Aid I'm already drinking.
I like
He
great.
is
Damn
not
it.
open to other brands.
Right.
Wow.
If there's another brand, it has a place. It's
Just
right
not in his
outside-
garage.
Right, just not in my garage. It's right outside of town. There's this big hole that they've dug in the ground. That's where it goes.
Nice.
It's called a landfill.
Oh,
You know, at least we know where he stands.
Hey, you know, I'm
It's
not
all
making
right.
any excuses. They just the rest of them are just, you
You're
know,
owning who you are.
I own it. I own it for sure.
Well, there you go.
There you
But
go.
you know, you guys were talking earlier about, you know, the timing on the releases and stuff. And I've been saying
Yep.
for a while that, you know, I think that people need to readjust their expectations. But I think that what I'm seeing with what Harley's doing in all of this is they're kind of following a model shift that Steve Jobs did at Apple when he came back. You know, because before he came back, they were about to go out of business.
Sure.
And one of the things that they were doing was every 6 months there was an event, Macworld event, Boston and San Francisco, and they were timing the releases of their products so they would always have something to announce the same 2 times a year.
Yep.
Right, and then the market started expecting that. And one of the things that he did was come back when he came back and say, "We're going to stop doing that shit. We're going to release products on our schedule when they're fully baked, when we're ready to release them." And I think that's what we've seen, that same shift with Harley over the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah,
they're
we
moving
haven't seen
more
an
to that
iPod yet come out of Harley. You know,
Right. Well,
But Harley's been putting out some good bikes, but
they
they're
have.
releasing
They
them,
really have.
you know, when they're ready, instead of trying to meet some arbitrary release date that the market expects.
Well, I mean, Harley gave people what everybody was bitching about, but people for some reason are still bitching.
well, that's what we do, right?
You
I mean,
know what I mean?
that's,
They gave them
yeah.
everything. They got ride modes. They have everything that they wanted.
That's
Yep.
what some of you do,
Yeah.
Ryan.
You're right. I think so. Hey, I've been super impressed with what Harley's done for the last probably 4 years. I think that they're on the right track, and I agree with you, Dave. I think one of the, and I'll say it again, one of the smartest things that you said tonight was that Bronx is you're probably right about that. That if they are, and they did re-up that name, so they are planning on doing something with it. In terms of their copyright and everything that they trademarked that they had on that name, that's probably the bike that they're going to be coming in at, reaching the younger market and coming in at that sub $10,000 range. At least I think that would be a
That
smart thing.
motherfucker's going to be 15 grand.
Well, let's hope
come
not.
on.
Let's hope not. I
think 15 is the new 10.
It could be.
I still think that there's
it could be.
I
price
know, but
adjustmants going on because of the
That's a lot of
financial
fucking
conditions.
money.
I mean, it could be, but I think at the end of the day, you hit it on the head with the, you know, kind of the 2 releases kind of situation, and the adjustment to, you know, kind of easing in air cooled motorcycles. We're seeing that, you know, happening now. We have a small displacement and a large displacement, and from my understanding is that we still have a bagger frame redesign. I've heard it's being pushed out till 2024. But that could be their 120-year model that they're going to put out at the event this summer. It could be a fully, you know, a fully performance bagger, you know, monoshock completely frame redesign with the new motor, air cooled, to compete directly with the Challenger. I mean, I know the bike's coming, and it's either going to be 2024 or it's going to be at the 120 event.
Well,
So,
I'll tell you the same thing I told you last year when you and I were talking about this, right? Is that the world ain't right.
mm-hmm.
It is, if you're in manufacturing of any type right now, it is super fucking hard
Yep.
to get product redesign done at volume
Yep.
and get it distributed. And when you're talking about a major retooling on that platform with what everybody is still dicking around with right now on the supply chain stuff, it's super hard.
Yeah.
And
You're-
I think we will see that bike released once that situation's dealt with.
I think that bike's 5 years out.
I don't think that's not that far out.
It does no good to release that bike right now when you can only fulfill maybe 1 out of 5 orders or 1 out of 10 orders because of the lack of parts.
Sure.
Plus any of those new bikes are going to require a lot of chips. And that's a major fucking thing going on right now.
Right.
Right?
I don't
is the
think
shortage of chips.
Right. I wonder though with Harley's model though that they've done now for the last couple of years was hearkening back to the early 2000s, which is lower inventory, higher prices, increases demand, and they have a production volume that they can keep up with. I think that's where they're at now. Besides just the lack of supplies available, that's what they've done. They've moved back to the early 2000s model, which made Harleys in huge demand and everybody wanted one.
Yeah, but to bring out new platforms that require all the new stuff, it would take that to a whole other level.
Right. Well, we didn't see anything in this release that requires any retooling. Everything they did was a bike that they already had.
Right.
They brought the Breakout back, but that wasn't a retooling. We had that 2 years ago. The Nightster was already a new bike. We had all of these things in the chain already. So, and they were already bikes being produced. Now,
they're just rolling with the punches with, the economy and, like Dave said, parts and availability and everything. So that's why they're kind of doing what we've been calling parts bin bikes.
Yeah, I'd like to see the Nightster in the wild, though. I'd like to see some people on that bike and get it out there, because I think that
cool
bike
has
a lot of potential for them to be something in the marketplace. But I also agree with Tony for $1,500 here at the Street Bob 114, which is a beast, right? So.
But I haven't seen many Nightsters, and
I haven't seen any. In the
go to a
wild.
lot of dealers in a lot of different places.
Yeah.
Quantico had one recently, but I'm not seeing Nightsters out in the dealerships.
Oh, in the dealerships, yeah. That was my next question.
Well,
You said you haven't seen
a lot of
them.
that was probably dealers were holding off until they got rid of the Iron 883s.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them had. I mean, those things were plentiful.
Right.
Dealers were loaded with them.
Yeah, but I mean, I've been dealers that don't have any of the old Sportsters, and they still don't have Nightsters.
Still don't have them.
So
I don't know that I've seen any either.
I've seen more Sportster S's outside the U.S. than I have at dealerships in the U.S.
Huh. There you go. I've seen one in the dealer. I've never seen one on the road. But yeah, I don't know why. They're fucking expensive. That's why. Break it down. It's 14 fucking grand.
Well, and maybe it's just a style that people don't really want too. I don't know. You'd think that if it was popular, you would see more of them.
I'd like to see the sell-through numbers on the Sportster S's.
Well, I'll tell you this: there's not a bike out there that I'm buying this year, so fuck off.
Well, that would be.
I'm not buying a new one.
Are we going to
this year.
celebrate that?
Yes, I'm celebrating it.
There's not a bike that Tony would buy this year yet.
Yes.
Yet.
So a couple of other things that came out today. One, that they ended that video talking about the entertainment that was going to be at the 120th homecoming, which I'm super happy about.
The Foo Fighters and Green Day.
Love Foo Fighters, love Green Day. And Volts and I will be riding out to attend that 120th gathering this year. So I'm looking forward to that in July. Are you guys looking at going, any of you? Anybody in the chat?
In July,
Yeah.
Not sure yet.
I'm going to be working.
Not sure
Hopefully.
yet. Hopefully.
That'd be super cool.
Not sure yet. Yeah, it's a little ways away, but you never know. Five Dirty Bikers.
You never
some,
know.
Some of us might show up in Sturgis this year. Put it on your
Could
calendar.
Could be.
Could be. Never know
More
what's going to happen.
Hopefully, maybe something coming about that. Don't
Could
So
be
let's
some surprises.
let's take a guess on what the new Icon bike's going to be,
Wow, that's a good one.
because I have no idea. I mean, the Lowrider S last year, ST, was a no-brainer.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I have no clue what they're going to do this
Well,
year.
they did the Electroglide knockoff or Icon or whatever
Yeah.
the year before, right?
Yep.
Was there any the
Elvis bike.
unless they take the brake out and make it like an old Dyno Wide Glide or something?
You guys don't think the Icon would be a Sportster, do you?
I was thinking the same thing.
I mean, but I don't
An
know,
M8?
man.
Put an M8 in a Sportster?
Oh, come on.
Come
That
on,
motherfucker.
dude. Fuck over?
Huh?
No.
Come on.
No.
I mean, hey, every other one, all the other Icons have had an M8 in them. Put an M8 in a Sportster.
No.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Be a wide bitch.
Hey, I'm telling
This
you.
little frame with his big fucking engine Olati is what you would call it.
Sounds like
a lot of
it
engine and no
sounds like
body.
every
bow-legged.
sounds like every TikTok video you've ever seen, Tony.
That's it.
I mean, there's a lot of wide bitches on there.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's what they call it, thick talk.
That's right. They call it TikTok.
Oh, we just got canceled.
Actually, TikTok's getting canceled. I saw that on the TV this morning.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. That's a good question. What would the next Icon be?
I don't know, because usually they take a model.
Touring
You know,
platform?
No,
Well, they did the touring, and they did.
They
has
did
to
it with
be
that
a
one you're
sporty.
talking about. I think it's going to be a sporty, dude.
It
It's
could
either going to
a
be that,
sporty, man.
or it's going to be like the wide glide. What is another bike that I think it's going to be a Sportster, you guys? I think they're going to come out with an Icon Sportster series, and it's going to have the M8 in it. And
Yeah,
that's
you're
the
not
fucking.
gonna have
And
the
who's
M8
going to
in
pay
it.
20
Yeah, it
grand
is.
for a
Yeah, it is.
Sportster? Who's going to pay 20 grand for a Sportster?
Who says the Icons
Whoever
have to be
pays
20
14
grand?
for one now.
Well, it's going to be a hell of a lot more expensive than what you'd get that base bike for.
I think that's one of the problems with I don't know, man. If you get talking about prices between $14,000 and $19,000, how many fucking bikes are in the Harley lineup?
A lot.
A lot. You know,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
don't have anything in that lower price
They
range.
don't have a lot of product differentiation when it comes to price.
No.
Okay, so I want to throw something out there though. Are there a lot of people that actually consider buying a Harley in a low price range as their first bike? Like maybe Harley doesn't have a bike down there because that's not their goal. People are going to buy a different brand for their starter and then move to a Harley.
Or they're going to buy a used Harley for a starter, right?
Or
They go to the
used one,
used
yeah.
market as a starter.
They do
What I
have
did.
that used program out, that the certified used program. But I mean, it seems like you would want to get people started on a Harley and keep them brand loyal and not hope that they switch over and come to Harley when they're ready to upgrade.
I mean, I see where you're coming from, but I think there's a lot of people that really like view Harley as like the ultimate motorcycle. And so to start out, like when I was looking at bikes, Jared was telling me to look at other ones because he's like, you don't want to get a Harley and then drop it or crash it or whatever, ruin your super nice one. Not that the other brands aren't nice, they're just different. I think a lot of people view it as like the top end motorcycle to have.
All right.
You know,
so,
back in the 70s, they sold fucking little 100cc dirt bikes.
yeah, Dalton
Yeah,
says, what are the
that's true.
chances the Fat Boy makes it the Icon? I don't think the Fat Boy's old enough.
It
That's why I
could,
said the
man. You could
Sportster.
put fucking Terminator on that
That's
motherfucker.
from the 1980s.
Yeah, I don't think it's I don't think it's
Man,
old
it's
enough.
50 fucking years.
That's an old bike.
The 80s
Yeah.
are not 50 years ago.
I'm not
Come on.
50.
That
40
was
years.
40 years ago.
Close to 50.
Close.
40
What?
years.
You get to Tony's age and you start to lose the ability to be
I
able
was
to
the
count.
80s, God damn it.
Flock of
Icon-
Seagulls haircut.
Yeah, I
Icon
was
should
in
be-
the 80s.
Icon should be a Springer. That's what Orange Bacon says. That would be pretty dope.
That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yep. The problem is that we're so focused on performance right now, and a Springer front end is not a performance. That thing is, you take that hard into a corner, you're liable to bounce your ass right off the
You
road.
take that hard anywhere. It's going to bounce your ass right off of it.
Mhm.
But they look cool.
Yep.
But I don't know. Same thing they did last year. I mean, it's all the same. It's, different colors. Drop some, added some, game over. I say good day.
Well,
Wait till
I'm not a fan
mid-year.
of the color schemes this year outside of the 120th anniversary. So
Wait till
It wasn't
mid-year,
good.
then I think maybe next year there'll be some bangers. Because I was talking to my GM about this. He says that usually the year after an anniversary year, they start dropping bombs.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, let's
They've dropped a few bombs here lately. I mean, last
Let's-
few years been big shit.
let's do this. Dustin, give me your home run and your disappointment of the bikes that they put out. What was your favorite and what was your least favorite thing that they did?
Breakout was my favorite. Least favorite, probably the Nightster.
Okay.
Oh.
Dave?
you mean today?
Yeah. What they did today. Give me your
high,
your
low,
favorite,
man.
your high low. Yep, for today.
The RG3 for sure.
Was what? Your high or your low?
The high.
Okay, what was
The
your
high.
low?
I don't know. I didn't really have a low.
The name of
fucking
it.
tank
right?
badges.
The name of
is
it.
the low.
The name. Yeah. The name.
The name.
What did
Okay.
you say, Tony?
Those fucking tank badges, man. Those things are awful.
I like them.
Get the fuck
That's-
out of here, dude. That's
terrible.
I like
that's
them.
like
They're terrible.
uber. Those are uber cool.
Okay, so we know Tony's low is the tank badges. Tony, what was your high? What was your high?
Man, I would probably have to say that the breakout coming back because I just didn't see it coming.
Okay.
I was like, what the fuck is that doing back? I thought it was a dead
That
duck.
was a thumb up the ass that you didn't think was coming.
Yeah,
that was the third finger he didn't know was coming.
it was. It was just like, God, man, I can't believe it. It was just a shocker.
Didn't ask for that.
I just got the shocker. I
Nobody
didn't
asked for that, but they gave it to me anyway.
So Brittany, how about you? What was your high low?
The badges, low.
I really do like the badges. I do like them.
Is that your high? Okay.
I don't know. Did they say that they added like traction control and stuff to the breakout?
No, they added that to the
What did they-
The
Sportster, the Nightster.
Oh, to the
Nightster
Nightster.
S.
Okay.
And it's all standard on the RG3.
Mm-hmm.
RDS is standard
Well-
included.
Well,
in
they
the
need it
package.
because old
Correct,
people really
but
can't
I was
drive.
thinking if they added it to the breakout, it was like that's cool to think that they're adding something like that to the Softail line, since that's what I primarily ride. I'm not really sure. I'm
What
not sure
about you,
what.
Ryan?
There's no reason to get stressed out about it, Brittany. I mean,
I really
Oh,
want to
yeah.
answer the question, but I'm like, I don't know. I guess there wasn't anything overly exciting except for maybe I did like the throwback on
she's
the
saying
badges.
there's nothing that pumped her nads.
Nothing.
Nothing. So my high was definitely the RG3, the Road Glide trike. That was by far, I thought that was a great move. That bike's going to sell, I think, quite a few units. There's a pretty good market for trikes right now. In fact, there's a few dealerships in the country that trikes are their biggest selling bikes. So I really liked that. For me, the breakout, I was just not I don't know why they brought it back. I wasn't I never was a huge fan of it to begin with. And so for me, it was just kind of like I didn't really care about that. So,
Volts came in and said the breakout does have traction control.
Yeah.
okay.
All right, then I'm going to go with that as the exciting point.
Exciting point. There's
Well, look at
traction
that.
control on a Softail.
And ABS and cruise control.
Well, there you go.
I got the ABS. I don't have
Wow.
the cruise control. And try to order that shit.
Hold on. The
Thing's been
lowrider
on
didn't
back
come
order
with
for a
cruise
year.
control?
Oh no, well he doesn't have the ST.
No,
Yeah.
mine didn't come with cruise control.
Oh.
He has the
Okay.
lowrider S. He doesn't have
Is
the
that
ST.
common? Have I just not paid attention? Is that Is it common to not have cruise
where the
control
S
on the
comes
other
from.
soft tails?
That's where the S comes from. Shitty.
Yeah.
Lowrider shitty deal.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
I didn't think anything of it because the Sport Glide has cruise control.
We just got lucky, Brittany.
so
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's so there's a high low. There was one other thing here. Okay, so put Bradley Essex comment up there, Dustin.
Who?
Bradley Essex.
Which one?
Oh, there we go.
There we go. What are your
This one?
thoughts about the packages they mentioned in the launch?
yeah, we didn't talk about that very much, but that was I checked. That was the very last thing they talked about was the like accessory packages or trim
Oh,
packages.
yeah.
Didn't they do that a few years ago?
That was weird.
That was kind of what I was thinking. I didn't totally understand the sell on that.
Because
Well, I
they just talked about the stuff you can already get, like all the accent stuff.
Yeah, but didn't they do that a few years ago with the Softail standard where they had like a coastal package or a cruising package or
Yep.
you could buy a certain
Yep.
furniture for it. That was
I think what
already
they're I think what they're doing is they're just allowing you to go in, which you can do anyway. By just, most of the dealerships will allow you to add a bunch of stuff to your bike and finance it right when you buy it. But I think they're allowing you to walk in and say, I want that bike. I want the hard cases. I want you to do all, the auxiliary lighting, all that, finance the whole thing and give me a number. I think that's what they're doing.
But you can do that today at most dealers. So the question is,
You can.
like with like when I had my car, when I configured my car to be built, I was able to pick options, right? And I only paid the price difference for the stuff that I wanted to upgrade, right? So it would go down as you took the original parts off, and it would go back up with the new stuff. That would be the trick here. Are they allowing us to customize? Because I mean, like bars. Let me order the bars I want, right? Don't
Yeah, that would be
Don't
cool.
make me pay for bars that you're going to keep or I'm going to resell or whatever as takeoffs.
Oh, I
That-
see what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Well,
I mean that would be the bomb. But
I don't think
what
I
you're
don't-
saying you can already do when you order the bike at dealers.
Yeah, what I'm saying though is that now you can go in and you can just say, I want that package, and then the bike is going to be delivered to you like that, as opposed to picking the accessories, which I don't know what the real difference is. I think they're just,
Well,
I think
maybe
what they're
there's people
doing
that-
is just selling it as a name, as a this is the package.
What's the
and then it
difference
comes with
between
this.
calling that a package and the collection that they've been calling it? Like I want
That's
the
kinda
Kahuna
what I was
collection shit on my
wondering.
bike. Go
Well,
put it on there.
my guess is if you're buying it with the package, you're probably not paying for the install as if you bought it and wanted them to put it on.
I think they're making it simple for people that don't know.
That could be too. That could
People
actually
that come
be.
in to buy their first Harley and they don't know all the extra parts and all the aftermarket.
Yep.
They go in and they go, I want my bike to look like this. So I
Yep.
want the touring package put on.
Well, and if the dealer's doing it, you're going to pay for that installation.
Oh,
one way or the other.
But I think that's for the people that walk in that they don't know. I think it's an easy choice. They come in and they go, I want my bike to look like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to cost you, extra $6,000, and
Right,
we'll gladly
whatever it is.
finance it for you.
The interesting thing though, and I don't know, I didn't see this. Maybe I missed it when I was watching the replay. But Moto Ricky Ricardo posted in the Discord a photo of those Leather Pro knockoffs, those new bags that they're offering. I don't know where they're offering that or for what bikes, but did you guys see that in the Discord?
It's
did
probably
not.
in their accessories, because usually at this time of the year, if you go into the Harley website and look at all their accessories, they've updated and added stuff to it.
I don't know
You
if
know-
they covered that in the video today and I just missed it, but
Yeah,
those
'cause-
actually look pretty nice.
Because the other thing we didn't talk about is they also have now, what is it that was it the Street Glide ST with the Empire package already on it. Like that's an offer that's offering you can buy the bike like that as a bike, as opposed to buying all those parts and having them put on. They're selling it with the Empire package already on it.
Overwatch quick release saddlebags.
Yeah. I don't know what all they fit. It looks like the Softail version of the low ride or the Leather Pros that I sold to Tony. And no, Tony, I'm not going to take those back now, so you can order the Harley ones.
No, I love those things. Actually, those are great bags.
But they fit our bike, Brittany.
Yeah, I mean they come on and I mean
Yeah, I
the
mean-
takeoff is so simple on those things.
I guess I didn't get excited about that because you and I basically have the same bags.
No, yeah,
And you
but
can already
those are,
order them
Those are much
color
better than
matched,
those
I'm pretty
clamshell
sure.
bags, though.
Which ones?
The leather pros.
only like
I'm
clamshells when
assuming
they
the
got hair
Harleys are
around
the
them.
same.
Oh, I thought Dustin was referring to the ST bags.
I would argue that clamshell is just way better than a leather pro.
I don't know, man.
Is that that's a hairy clam. Look at that.
Yeah, Orange Beacon. I saw that video Heather did on. She swapped out those clamshell bags for the leather pros on her lowrider ST.
I'm a big fan of the leather pros. At first, I was a little suspect, but once when I got used to them, they're fucking nice.
They hold a ton of shit, man, and
They hold
open
a lot
from
of
the top.
shit, and you can take
is
them on
cool.
and off. And when
Yep.
you take them off, it's not a fucking like gaudy looking situation going on your bike. You really wouldn't even notice you had a bracket on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tony can bring his five pairs of gloves and extra change of underwear.
That's right.
And all his
And my
cleaning
fucking
supplies.
plug kit and a pump. You
And all his
dirty
cleaning
motherfuckers.
supplies. Now,
I have
is
a
this
pump now.
now, Tony? Is this a plug kit to fix your tire, or the kind of plug kit that Brittany brings with her?
Well,
Mm.
mine's designed for the tire,
Oh.
but do with it as you will.
Oh, gotcha. Plug and air up, I guess.
So I was just looking at the accessory kits because they do have that like a page on the website now. And I think, Tony, I think you're right. When you look at some of the breakdowns on them, I think it's kind of meant to just be like, hey, here's stuff that you can get if you want to do like day trips. Because
Yeah.
like they have a day tripper, they have a ST essentials, rider essentials that adds your what is it called? The heel shifter, and then like brackets for the like a backrest and stuff.
Yeah, that's the big dick energy right there.
What, the penis pump?
Yeah, it brings the big dick energy. Because nobody wants a lip hitter. You want a shoulder slinger. You don't want a lip hitter.
Oh, man.
Where'd Ryan go? He had to piss, didn't he?
It's
He
a
did.
ladder,
Apparently.
man. I mean, he made it an hour. That's a new
He
record.
did.
That's a new record.
It's a record, but
Interesting.
overall, I'm gonna have to say I wasn't as. They didn't announce a lot, but I was. It is what it is.
Well, you guys in the chat, put in the chat what a one, number one, if you think they did a good job with the stuff they released today, and a 0 if you thought they didn't. That it sucked.
Well,
And don't everybody rush to put in a 1 or 0, but it
nobody's
would be
gonna do
nice.
that.
Okay, we don't have that type of crowd. Never mind. Ryan's back.
Apparently, we
They're
don't.
like, fuck that, man.
God, don't you guys watch Twitch or shit?
not here to
or, like, young
participate.
people stuff? Good God. Oh, here we go.
Oh wait a minute.
Here's some
Here we
answers.
go.
We
0.5.
got a 0.5. I like that.
That's legit. I like that.
I like the
that.
0.5s. Yeah, that makes sense.
So what was that? What was it? What was your assignment?
I told them if they thought that Harley did a good job to type a 1, if they thought
Okay.
it sucked or didn't, type a 0.
Okay.
And all they wanted to talk about while you were gone was
Who
why
in the
you
fuck
pissed
is
so
Jared Forbes?
much. Well, he got extra credit for those
Why did
extra
he get a
pegs on the
1.5?
Nightster.
Well, we know why. We know why
votes.
Jared put in a 1.5.
Ugh.
There's our low score so far.
That's a
Wow.
0.1.
0.1.
Damn.
The
We're going to
clothes
see
are
Bolts in
gone.
a red bomber jacket this summer.
He's usually all upbeat and shit, man. He's always looking on the brighter side of stuff when stuff comes out.
No Road King anniversary. No,
Anniversary.
Road King's
Oh,
gone.
I didn't.
Killing off the Road King standard. Yeah.
The Road King's still here. Road King special.
Yeah,
Road
and
King
I mean the
special.
standard. I mean it made sense. It's just like they don't offer the lowrider anymore.
Right.
You know,
Maybe
why
they're
have the
going to come out
lowrider
with a
and the
new Road
lowrider
King
is-
next year, or maybe
the-
the Road King will be an icon this year.
The deluxe is gone too. Right. So
The deluxe has been gone, hasn't it?
It was gone last year.
Yeah.
There could be your icon, Ryan.
Bringing a Cholo,
Could
that'd
be
be
a
badass.
could be a Road King.
A Road King is
Yep.
the icon.
The white walls need to come back.
Yeah.
Oh, they could have dropped it so they could drop a Road King.
Yep.
A Road King icon. Man, that's
Yep.
a good one there too.
That could
The
be
Kang.
Yeah. Nothing like the Kang.
it. Okay, so I'm gonna have to pan over to the Harley site and look at this fucking bomber jacket.
It does look really cool.
Because I did fast forward.
Is
shit
that the
like
one with
that.
the female cut lines?
Is that the red one?
The red one was really sweet. Let's see.
Tony's gonna buy that shit and do the Thriller dance at FDBM this year.
I sure will.
Or do his little Prince dance?
Brittany's gonna buy the red one that Dave's drooling over, and then wear her biker shorts. Just the jacket. And
Drooling over
biker
the
shorts.
fucking red jacket, man. You always take things out there, Ryan, like I'm a pervy or something.
What am I looking for here?
Here, I'll send you a link, Tony.
Yeah,
Hold
send
on.
me a link because there's
A
lot
bomber,
of jackets.
a bomber jacket.
Because right now, I'll
You
tell
click-
you what,
It's okay. I'll send it to you.
the fleece, I would wear the fleece, the hoodie. Not for
Orange Bacon says
$235,
Chrome is
though.
back. I would
Yeah.
agree. I think that they're
I'm
dropping a
fan
little
of the
bit more
Chrome,
Chrome.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not.
Wait a minute,
I was
think
ready
I
for
saw
some
that
Chrome.
big orange bastard. Wait a minute. No.
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about the resurgence of Chrome this year. I'm
Now,
not
I
a
like
fan,
Chrome.
but that's me.
I'm going to tell you this: if you're trying to find Chrome in the aftermarket, though, good luck, because Chrome is very hard on the environment to make, and some of your environmentally friendly states like California have made it nearly impossible for the aftermarket guys to offer Chrome products. So, that's actually a thing right now. So
We talking about the captain's jacket? I still don't see no fucking red bomber jacket.
I just sent it to you. I sent it to
What
our
did you send it on?
text.
Oh.
Check your phone.
I'm not doing to do that. It's too much work.
It's too much work to click on one link.
Hang on.
Now I know why you don't know how to use calendars.
click on the link, Boomer.
Calendar. Hang
Click on the link, Boomer.
I'm not a
Uh,
boomer. Let me.
It's all
Is
weird.
it just me, or are these packages a ripoff?
They're kind of weird. I mean, I don't know. They're
Have you guys
kinda
seen
weird.
these? I didn't see them until you guys started talking about them. I went and just found them on the website. So they have this long haul
They have
package.
a men's version of this jacket, or is this?
Hey,
the
hang
only
on,
one they
Tony. We're
have?
talking about the ripoff on the other stuff.
Oh.
So
I don't know.
on
They
the-
didn't talk about the men's clothes.
On the accessory packages, they have the first thing they've got listed here is a long haul package. It's for the Road Glide. It's $2,000.
I got
What-
a long haul package.
no, you don't. No, you don't.
No, you don't. But when you look at it, does that shit even add up to close to $1,900? You got wind deflectors. I can get those for like what, 50 or 70 from
But
Mad
again,
Man Black or
I
whatever.
think this is for people that aren't in the know.
I don't know what these wires are. What are the wires? You get a hill shifter, an electrical connection kit. Whoopee.
Heel shifter used to be standard. Now they're selling it as their long haul package.
Yeah.
yeah, see, it's
You
kind of
get
they're
a-
kind
you
of
get a
weird
hammock-
packages.
Hammock heated and cooled seat.
I got a heel shifter in my cabinet right now.
The docking
Man,
kit.
nobody wants a
heated
heel
grill. I don't know,
shifter.
man. I would. I'm going to call bullshit on this stuff.
Jared says, how many models does Harley have? Triumph dropped 23 models this year. Wow, that's impressive.
That is impressive.
Yeah. How many do they sell?
Jeez, this is a tough.
Bolts
crowd.
wants to
I'm
know
looking
how
at
come
these
Ryan knows so
jackets.
much about Tony's package.
Mm.
Well, listen, Tony's like 5'8", so if he had a long haul package, he would be balancing on a pole. So that's how we know.
They call me tripod.
Well,
No,
hey,
they
Tripod, they're selling a coastal package for your lowrider. Well, I guess that's the lowrider ST.
What's on the coastal package?
But
I'm
again,
curious.
$1,500.
What's in the
Jesus
coastal package?
Christ. You get shit. I zoomed in. How did I zoom out? You get
You can keep those fucking jackets.
in-game rider foot pegs.
Okay.
What what they call a tip over bar bracket, which I guess is an engine guard, like
Okay.
a Bung King.
Okay.
Looks like it was made in the bung hole.
Audio by Rockford Fosgate audio kit. Okay, that's where that money comes in.
Hey, Tony,
Yes, sir.
here's your members only jacket.
Yeah, man. Look at that. That's fantastic, isn't it?
Does that have
The
gold?
women's one looks way better.
You don't even have
They
a
have
pocket
gold
for your
piping on
iPhone,
that.
man.
What is that? Maroon?
Gold piping. Look at that. That is all it's missing.
They
is the
laid that
members only
pipe
tag.
right on that motherfucker.
They
Oh
did.
my
Did you get that picture off of eBay?
What's on the back?
Yeah,
Is that an
picture
eBay
doesn't look
picture?
the best.
Yeah. Is there a back picture? What's on the back of that jacket?
Insert here. Terrible. That is terrible.
Anybody seen the disco ball?
No kidding. Get little disco balls to hang off your fucking handlebars when you wear that thing.
Good God.
Like Dirk Diggler going down the road.
Oh, you wear that jacket and get a license plate that says Dirk Diggler?
Yeah. It's like Dirk Diggler going down there, man. Get some pony shoes on. You'll be in business.
Oh,
I
shit.
haven't heard that name in
You
forever.
went deep with that one, the pony shoes. Holy shit, dude.
Is that like your favorite movie?
Fuck, dude. No, dude. I had a pair of pony shoes in 6th grade, man. They were the bomb.
Little Pony? My Little Pony
Not
shoes?
My
You wore-
Little Pony.
you wore
See,
Little
I'm
Pony
not going
shoes?
creepy with it. You went right to the My Little Pony, like an old man trolling a park where little kids play.
Volts is a fan of this jacket. He likes said jacket.
Walter, you've got too many jackets. Stay away from eBay.
Jared from Weems calls it turd brown.
Yeah, it's definitely like a turd brown. Maroon. I don't know. Yeah, Dirk Diggler.
Well, feast your eyes. Here's the rear.
Hey, I'll give them this. At least they didn't put a huge Harley logo on the back. At least they made it a little bit incognito.
I
That's
don't want
true.
anybody to know it's a Harley jacket.
No, I
true.
mean usually they overbranded. I'm proud that they underbranded that jacket. That's nice.
They have a
That's
leather one
a
that's
good point, Ryan. How many jackets or clothing items have you picked up and thought, wow, this is amazing, I'm going to buy this, and then you look at the back or something and it's got a massive billboard all over it.
Right.
They overdo it quite a bit. So
Yeah,
it's
some of their
nice to
stuff
see
is
that.
great quality. If they underbranded a little bit, it might be okay. But
I mean,
that was their shtick for a long time, right? They were a
I
clothing
think
company
Mrs.
that sold
Volts must be
motorcycles.
watching this YouTube live right now because Volts just told me to shut up about the number of jackets he has.
Or maybe, yeah, he's hoping that she's not watching it so that
Yeah.
she doesn't know how many jackets he has.
I know. We'll talk later, Mrs. Volts.
It's weird that you know how many jackets he
yeah.
has.
You've been in you in the closet, Dave?
I don't. What can I tell
Literally.
you? What can I tell you?
Uh,
We got a bromance.
Oh shit. Well, I don't know, guys. I think we've talked it out.
I think we did. We talked it
Oh,
out.
we need to mention this too because we just saw this last night. If you guys don't follow Milkbone, who's painting the autism bike for us,
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
go
pull
look at
that
his.
up, man.
Go look. Motherfuck guy.
Can you pull it up?
it's looking
I got
good.
something you can pull up.
I got
Well,
something
obviously you can't pull my fucking
And
volume
down.
up, so
you
can
can
you
pull
pull
it
the
up
photo
and
up?
down. And
Well-
it'll let you know when you're done.
tell you what, he's probably not going to pull out. So there you go.
Trick is just to let him finish.
Demonetized.
What were you saying?
Seriously, go to Milkbone's Instagram and check out his story because he's got pictures of the tins.
Mm.
And we saw kind of like a beginning stage of the tank. He went even further with it, and it is impressive.
It's very impressive.
It's going to be
Yeah.
a dope looking bike. I'll put a link in the chat to his Instagram page. You guys need to go follow Milkbone.
And if you haven't already, get out there and get on the Discord. Jesus, it's free.
It's fucking free. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna. Oh, there's Milkbone right there.
What else? What else? Oh yeah, Tony, don't they need to buy some merch?
I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
buy
where's
some merch.
your advertisement there?
Where is this? I don't see these tens.
Go to the
story.
story.
Stories are only up for 24 hours, so they might not be
Oh.
there anymore.
But they're
Yeah.
gone.
You
I
gotta
saw
pay
it
more
on-
attention, Tony. You can't wait until 2 days later.
You know what?
He just got his phone back. Old man
Yeah.
problems.
I did.
Hey, Tony, you want to tell the listeners what you did? to
No,
your
I
phone?
don't. Thanks for bringing that up. I appreciate it. God
No,
damn.
seriously,
Oh,
go to-
somebody brought up a link. It doesn't work in the chat. Who did that?
You can
Brittany?
copy paste, dude.
Copy paste, Tony.
Oh.
Boomer.
Jeez, we're giving Dave a hard time about being old. Tony, you're
I know,
like
what the
way up
hell?
there, like 100 years. My grandma can use the phone and stuff better than you.
Oh,
Well,
Woo!
I don't think you have any room to talk, Android.
At least I can figure out how to copy and paste and click link.
It just doesn't gonna. It's not gonna work on her phone, but she knows how to do it.
She
It
knows how to
works
do it. Just
all
doesn't
the
work.
time.
Tony, I got a message from Jared. He says I need to Photoshop you in that fucking jacket. I think I'm gonna do
Yeah.
that.
That'd
Stay
be
tuned.
great.
Stay tuned. FTB Discord.
Stay tuned.
You have to go to Discord to see it. So join the Discord.
Might have
Call
to
me
release
Dirk
that
Diggler.
as a custom shirt in the future.
Get me some pony shoes.
Make
telling
sure you
Oh.
put the eagle on it too. Just I know it's not really
don't-
on the jacket, but we gotta
We don't
add
need
it.
to. We don't need to call him Dirk Diggler. We can just call him Tiny Cox.
Tiny Cox. God, let's get a sweatband and go play
Oh.
some racquetball.
Oh.
Terrible, Jack.
That was worth every penny. Worst the price of admission. Dalton says I'd buy that shirt. Oh, that's a good one.
Tell you what, dude, these winter blues got me itching for a ride, man. I think when the sun comes back, I'm gonna ride these Rainies just for fun.
Good luck with that. Why do you got to wait for the sun to come out?
It'll be out tomorrow.
It-
There you go. Wolf says 70% of the time Android works 100% of the
100%
time.
of the time. That makes no sense. I'm going to be straight. It smells like straight fucking
I just want to tell
gasoline.
you guys that I appreciate all of your clothing customization suggestions, like this one.
Brady needs to put some dicks going
Dicks
up
going
his
up
jacket
the
sleeves. Like, they look like little
Nice.
footprints.
There is another one up above too. Can't find it though.
Little dick prints all the way up the sleeve.
Brittany, when you go hiking, do you like put little dicks on the ground? That way you can find
Dick
your way back.
squatch. Looking for dick squatch.
No,
Dixie,
but
Dick path. Follow the dick path home.
It's got dicks for feet.
FDB scratch and sniff dick stickers are coming. FDB. FindDirtyBikers.com. Really soon.
various
disgusting.
smells.
They're a little musty.
We'll have
It's gonna be
we'll have
themed
Ja-
after the 4 men on the podcast.
We'll have Jared at the 5 Dirty Bikers FDBM 2023 passing out the dick stickers. And you can all shake his hand and say we're sorry, Jared, for what you go through.
Or what goes through you.
Oh,
Because everything does now after the reaming that boy takes. It just runs right through
Oh
him.
man.
It's a
Oh.
lot. It's a lot.
It is a lot.
all right. Well, should we wrap, boys and girls?
Let's wrap her up.
Thank you all in the
That's
side
what
chat.
she said.
Yeah. wrap it up. Thank you all in the side chat for joining us tonight. It's been a lot of fun. Leave some comments give us a like on this video. It helps us out tremendously with the YouTube algorithm if they even pay attention to us anymore after all the big jokes. But we'll be at it in another week with a new episode. Won't be live, but we'll be 5 Dirty Bikers once again. We'll see you
Yes.
guys on the flip side. Thanks for joining live. Keep it dirty.
See you later.